For Tuesday in Holy Week, April 4th, from the 12th chapter of John. Now among those who went up to worship at the feast were some Greeks. And so these came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida in Galilee, and said to him, "Sir, we wish to see Jesus." And Philip went and told Andrew. Andrew went with Philip, and they told Jesus. And Jesus answered them, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it bears much fruit. Whoever loves his life loses it, and whoever hates his life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Now is my soul troubled. And what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No, for this purpose I have come to this hour. Father, glorify thy name." For reflection, we wish to see Jesus. I like those words spoken by the Greeks, words well suited as a reminder to us preachers of our vocation and task. But besides that, what is this particular story about? Some commentators claim that the significance of those Greeks or Hellenistic Jews lies in the way that their arrival in the narrative both signals and triggers the opening up of the Jesus story beyond its Palestinian and Judean setting and out into its future for the sake of the whole world. That might, in fact, be the explanation. But I have tended to think of this passage a bit differently and somewhat more comically. What I mean is I picture these guys showing up more like celebrity seekers or maybe autograph hunters, tourists seeking some time for an interview with Jesus. Being Greeks, they figured that their best bet would be to approach a disciple with a Greek name in order to get in to see Jesus. So they go to Philip, and then Philip goes with Andrew, another Greek-named Galilean from the other side of the Jordan, to set up a meeting with Jesus. But that's the last we hear of these Greeks. They seem to be left forgotten in the waiting room, never to be mentioned again. There are a number of mysteries like this in the gospel, and I love these questions, these loose ends to think about, but without affording us certainty about their meaning. Such mysteries are good for us if we approach them with humility. But if you ask me for a meaning for these Greeks in the waiting room, I would say this. Maybe. The point is simply this, that as Jesus says, the time has now come. And there's no more time for autographs or photo ops, no more time even for serious stuff like preaching and teaching and ministry. The time has now come for Jesus to lay down his life for the sake of the world. It's scary and hard, but it's what he needs to do. The time comes when we are out of time for other things and when we must act. That was here the case for Jesus, and sometimes it can be so for us as well. And sometimes we may be those left, as it were, in the waiting room, our concerns made irrelevant by the enormity of something else that needs to happen.